preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
Gary Hebert, the man, the myth, the legend. I was amazed, and I was looking to become a better skater myself, and I wanted to be like Gary.
When you look at a guy like this, he's one of the most talented people in his profession. He's been given gifts by God.
It can get frustrating at times when you're trying things that, that maybe don't come as quickly to you as other things. And, you never really felt that sense of frustration with Gary. It was always about improvement and positive reinforcement.
Was it really the end? Was that head injury really the end? God has called Gary to continue to be a blessing to others and to be a passionate example.
My name is Gary Hebert. This is the World Academy of Hockey, otherwise known as the Inside Edge.
I would recommend anybody that have a chance to come to his hockey school. I think it'd be well worth it. It'd be rewarding to all the kids and anyone coaches, from whether it's an adult, a professional player, to a little kid like a Mike or a Squirt.
Gary, from day one, has been instrumental to my hockey career. I started out as a potential Division III player, and Gary brought me single-handedly through high school and into a top Division I prospect. I owe it all to Gary, the biggest legend on and off ice there's ever been.
Listen, watch, learn, be confident, and have faith. Those are the answers I was brought to. Yet, I only now am really learning how truly important those 5 things are.
Through preparation, through appropriate thoughtfulness and thinking, we can learn to untie the typical knots between our ears that drive us into underachievement and underperformance. And on the whole, we can learn, I think, to fulfill our God-given potential.
Gary has the innate ability to make people not only better players, but better people. The life lessons they learn from Gary are incredible.
I can always remember leaving that rink knowing as a player I got better, or I had something to improve on to get better. And I think that's what you excelled on as a coach, is giving us the knowledge to know what we needed to do to get better.
There's coaches who know the game, but can you communicate and create passion in your kids and in your players? And Gary's able to do that.
Gary's got great knowledge and the great hands, but more importantly, his ability to connect with people and care for them. His communication skills, to me, really stand out and separate him, and that's why he's one of the best, in the world.
Gary's a legend. He's a special, special man.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to our watch-along coverage for AEW Rampage Beach Break. I am, of course, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Gonna leave this up for a moment until the simple man with the spectacular voice gets here. But yes, we are here today to engage in the shenanigans that are AEW, provide watch-along coverage for you. We've got quite a card this evening. Let me see what we got going on here. So we've got Kyle O'Reilly, who's going to be in action. We don't know who his opponent will be. We've got Commander versus Roosh. We've got some tag team action as Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita take on Private Party. And in what should be the main event, Mariah May looks to advance in the Owen, but she has to go through the multi-time AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida to do it. Again, lots of stuff coming up here across the show. Walter is here. Good to see you. Daniel is here. Good to see you. Again, we are just waiting on the simple man with the spectacular voice, Noah Foster, to come in and engage the community as he do. Walter, if you want to come in for right now until Noah gets here, feel free. I know the link is in the chat room. At least give me somebody to interact with for the time being. I always hate starting these things solo because, yeah. Tell you what we'll do. While we wait for Noah and or Walter to come in, we will run our watch along trailer that is updated. Show you guys all the other watch alongs that we will be doing here across the multiverse. We will be right back.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
All right. Thank you very much, Walter, for tagging in and being the reliable one as you are.
No problem. How you doing?
Doing all right. You know, I was expecting to be here and do this. I wasn't expecting to produce direct, so that kind of caught me off guard at the last minute.
Yeah, I saw poor JJ with the COVID situation.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So, still a thing 4 years later. But yeah, it looks like
it's gonna be a thing for the rest of our lives. You know, it's no different than the flu, you know, whatever. But it just sucks that it seems to keep happening to him.
Yeah, I know. But we got a good card coming up. I don't know if you want to go over the card and maybe see if we can do some predictions or however you want to do it. But
yeah, we can. I ran through it very quickly a second ago, but yeah, we can definitely run through it again. I'm gonna skip the Kyle O'Reilly thing because we don't know who he's facing. But we got Roosh and Commander. This should be some good, solid lucha libre action here. I don't really know the reasoning behind this match, but Tony Khan doesn't usually give reasoning behind matches. I haven't been watching AEW full time as of late, so I don't know if there's a storyline here or if it's just because. But you got to figure that Roosh is going to be the one to go over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna assume that Roosh is the one over. There is no storyline. That's just the most random stuff. This is just the most random book. It's just that Tony Khan loves this style, but believe you me, there's gonna be a lot of high flying, head scissors, top rope dives. This is the AEW go-to moves, like the high flying stuff. This is everything they're gonna do. But I'm gonna expect Roosh to win this one.
Then we've got tag team action. Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita of the Callis family versus Private Party. I just, even though Private Party is the legit team here, and Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita, while stablemates, aren't exactly like a legit tandem. So by that philosophy, you would think that Private Party should get the win because they're the actual established team. But we know the Callis family.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't see any way that Fletcher and Takeshita lose unless there's some kind of interference shenanigans.
Exactly. But I feel bad for Private Party being in this. I like Private Party. Like, for them to be in this situation where they might have to look at the light just because Kyle and Takeshita is part of some group that the AEW just keeps pushing over and over again. Like, it's a shame that they got to be that, but they're the legit team going up two people that really don't team. It's just stable meets, like you said. They just take any two of the members of the Callis family and put together. But we got to figure, I don't know, a screwdriver or two might make an appearance here, and something's going to happen for them to win. Knowing how Callis is.
Fair enough. We'll say his name and he finally appears. The golden voice of the Multiverse of Media, Noah Foster, is in the house.
Hello.
Drinking his fuel. He's getting fueled up.
I always have a Mountain Dew or a Prime with me because you know what I'm about, my friends. That being said, happy 5th of July to you all. We go from the red, white, and blue to the orange, yellow, and white, too, as AEW Beach Break concludes tonight with Rampage for its Friday night. And you know what that means. Good to see you as always.
So we were just talking about this match a little bit, and it's like Private Party are the established tandem here. They are the legitimate tag team. Fletcher and Takeshita are stablemates, but they don't really have tag team history with each other. But can you really bet against the Callis family here? Like, unless there's some kind of interference shenanigans, Private Party is going to lose this one. And I think that's kind of sad. Even though I'm not a huge Private Party fan, like, I feel like the established team should go over here. What are your thoughts, Noah?
It's one of those things where, again, it's one of those things as you're from. I was looking at this on paper, and I do understand what you're saying: establishment versus the relationship. We talk about tag team history, cohesion, that nonverbal communication. But again, the Don Callis family, whether they be in tag or trios, tandems, they operate pretty well. And since Will Ospreay left, it's time for the rest of the family members to step up. Since Kyle Fletcher lost his Ring of Honor World Television Championship down to Atlantis Jr. in CMLL, and Konosuke Takeshita is preparing to head off to Japan for the G1 Climax 34. Cannot wait for opening day. Private Party has been kind of in need of a reset. They said they need to go through changes, and as of late, we've seen them in both tag and singles competition, not getting the better of the opposition. I think there's more pressure, though, on the Don Callis family as of late versus Private Party looking to bounce back as a tag team. I kind of am holding out, honestly, for Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher, because at this point, both men definitely need a reset, and Private Party, they're kind of becoming an afterthought. They need to make a change. I think they first need to make a change in their tag team dynamic on screen, and another loss might lead to that. So I'm going with the Don Callis family.
Yeah, no, I said the same. I said Private Party might literally get screwed, like literally, with the Don Callis and the screwdriver here.
Someone's got to embrace that hate.
And then before you joined us, we went through this one a little bit, and I don't really know if there's any kind of history here, any storyline, if this is just a Tony Khan threw a dart at the wall and these names popped up, so this is what he's given us here. Because I haven't been watching AEW full time, maybe you can educate us here a little bit, but I feel like Roosh has to get the win here.
Going back to what I was saying earlier, tonight I feel like is a way for the Don Callis family to reestablish what they mean when it comes to fueled by hatred, capitalizing and taking opportunity. It was Bruce that was the last person that Don Callis has, as of late, been scouting to recruit for his family. Since Will Ospreay asked for his leave, I think you're looking at his next golden ticket. What's also interesting about this match is a first time ever one-on-one encounter. And here's another thing. Thank you, Record Mail. This is CMLL versus AAA. Roots heavily established in CMLL versus Commander, who's formerly established in AAA, former AAA Mega Champion. Roots has held multiple accolades, though, in CMLL, including the CMLL Middle Heavyweight Star Championship. For me, though, it's one of those that is going to be definitely a intense Lucha Libre display, and it's the first time ever, and it further shows how much Rocky has built the relationships in Mexico. The fact we got AAA and CMLL competing one-on-one against each other in in-ring competition on the same stage. This is going to be one of those matches that for Roosh, it's going to be a bounce back point after losing to MJF. But also, I think it's going to prove something further to Don Callis. I think the seeds are being planted in redefining the Don Callis family. Gotta go with Roosh, though, on this one.
And then the match that should be our main event, we do know Kyle O'Reilly will be in action, but we don't know who, so we can't really elaborate there. But the match that should be our main event.
Hell yes.
Mariah May looking to advance in the Owen against the multi-time AEW Women's Champion, Hikaru Shida.
What can you not say about these two women and what they mean when it comes to the Owen Hart Foundation tournament? Mariah May, who has been the brightest rising star this year in the AEW Women's Division since arriving in January, versus the most prolific, influential, highly regarded female competitors in AEW women's wrestling history. The three-time AEW women's world champion, the first one to, of course, reach the milestone of 50 wins in AEW for the AEW women's division. Coming back off her incredible artistic actress work in Japan, as she is multi-talented for those that don't know. And of course, being a virtuoso, Deonna Purrazzo with the katana. I do wonder if Mariah May is going to try and exploit the damage done by Deonna Purrazzo to particularly the right arm. And if Mariah May has a counter to that katana, that spinning knee strike. Of course, this is the first time ever one-on-one matchup. There is no mutual history before this point. But again, Mariah May defined in Stardom. Hikaru Shida, though, defined primarily, of course, in Choco Pro and other Japanese promotions across the sun. It's a very unique one-on-one contest, but I do think that some past is going to catch up to one of these two, and it could cost them in the end. But honestly, I'm expecting a great match here. May the best woman win, because again, we know our finalists on the other side. Winner of this match faces Will Nightingale next week, Wednesday on Dynamite in Calgary for the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Championship. And the winner, of course, will face Timeless Tony Storm at All In when we stand for the AEW Women's World Championship. But looking at the story, it would really, really make me go, holy Shida. If Hikaru Shida finds a way to stop the momentum and take the spotlight from Mariah May, this is going to be a hell of a match.
Most definitely. And, you think about the traditional face versus heel dynamic. Shida versus Willow would be babyface. Yeah. But Mariah May, while technically a heel, because Timeless Tony is technically a heel, even though both of them get insane pops, I think Mariah May versus Willow is definitely the money match, because Willow a year ago was in the same place that Mariah May is right now.
Exactly.
That young, bubbling under superstar, really looking to assert herself and make a name in the division. You think about what Willow has been able to achieve since the Owen, TBS champion, she had already had the Strong title before the Owen, so you can't really count that. But, still, you think about everything that came her way after winning the Open, and the world and the field just seems to be Mariah May's oyster, if you will.
Yeah, no doubt. And again, we've followed Mariah May's rise through stardom. At least I have. But you guys have literally seen her road to stardom. As timeless Tony Storm's protege, since she arrived in AEW last year, but had her first match this year in January. And outside of Saraya and Serena Deeb, Mariah May has not lost a match in All Elite Wrestling. You got to win back on Saraya. The Professor, though, I'm looking forward to that program with Rico. And of course, she does overcome her own form of adversity multiple times over. Let's not forget, she stopped Nyla Rose at Double or Nothing 2020. She beat Saraya. She previously beat Tony Storm under a different identity before timeless Tony Storm took the top from her last year at Full Gear. I think it would be kind of an interesting near full circle moment, though, for Kashida to take on timeless Tony Storm for the championship that she took from her in the first place. So, again, both women mutually are in the spot that they deserve to be, and both definitely deserve to go to Wembley Stamp. But only one can advance forward to the finals.
Yeah, Mariah is like one of my picks to win the whole tournament, so I'm going to have to go with her in this one.
Yeah, I think she's everybody's pick to win the entire tournament.
Yeah. Point. And she's riding that momentum, that wave, like, especially with men after kissing Tony and doing other things she's done. With the teenagers, people our age, we understand the story. We're not into it as much. But these, the 13 to 18-year-old is probably loving this, and they're looking forward to this. And Mariah May reminds me of the whole Tiffany Stratton, like the whole arc she's going through. So it's like the company's behind her. So I see her. And if this was maybe a year or two ago, I think Shida would have won this one, but I think it's Maria May's time. We may be 2 months, late from her. May, June, July, but I think she wins this one, and we might see Tony make an appearance. We've seen her on Rampage before, so she might make an appearance. She might be the key factor here. We don't know what role she's going to play, so. Somehow Mariah takes this one.
Yeah, true that. And again, Rampage as of late has been the spotlight for women main events that definitely take you away with what they demonstrate. So again, I'm looking forward to this match. Definitely still on the fastest hour of professional wrestling action on a weekly basis with AEW Rampage. And this Rampage, nice balance. And with Kyle O'Reilly, there's a lot of suspension disbelief, but you wonder if he's going to be part of Team AEW for Blood and Guts. Is Roderick Strong going to further try and entice him to come home, join the Undisputed Kingdom? And who is going to be against him on the other side? It's going to be somebody from Ring of Honor. It's going to be somebody from Japan Pro Wrestling. Is it going to be somebody that is going to squash, or somebody that's going to test him, or somebody the Elite hire to maybe take him out because he may be a threat to them? Only time will tell shortly here, as we got just a little bit under 10 minutes. And then, of course, Collision tomorrow continues the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. We have Switchblade Jay White taking on Heyman Adam Page. We know MJF will open the show regarding what he did on Dynamite. Good God almighty. Not to mention what else is going to lead us in next week to the Owen Finals in Calgary.
Yeah, even though we're not going to be able to watch Collision because we will be covering
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Coverage beginning at 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern.
That's subtitled.
Immediately following Simply Predicting.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully not immediately following. Hopefully we're not going to go 3 hours predicting 5 matches. But if Jeff Meacham, Chris Rotz are both on the panel, and we got the Dominguez's, and we got me and you, and we got Mr. Reliable, we could very easily end up going 3 hours predicting 5 matches.
Noah. We'll go into the pre-show of their pre-show before our pre-show.
Hey, I was on the video with Aaron, and Jeff originally was on, but he bowed out, and we still went almost 2 hours.
Y'all crazy.
And I love Aaron. I love the No DQ Galaxy. It still warms my heart that I'm part of this galaxy when you consider everything that went down with me and No DQ during the Jeff falling out all those years ago.
Right.
But they did Heat Wave quick predictions, and Walter was the only person who had any fucking idea what the hell was going on in our NXT. Everybody else on the panel is sitting there like, I don't know what's going on. I don't
Are you
watch that
kidding
shit.
me?
I don't give a damn about NXT.
Damn.
And Walter was sitting there trying to educate some people. I was like, I applaud you, Walter.
So Walter
Thank
did,
you for
Walter
representing
did,
for me, bro.
So Walter did my job.
Exactly.
But like, how are you going to have that many people on the panel and talk about the PLE and nobody knows what the hell is being talked about? Like,
the moderator should know at least something. He's leading the damn thing. Why you think I keep up with everything? Literally.
because you're insane.
Well, that probably is true. But I also am. But again, I'm also just a simple man and a lifelong fan of this pastime, this sport, this showcase of entertainment, this 24/7, 365 ongoing, never-ending showcase of in-ring brutality and climactic finishes and cliffhangering that we utterly, simply, now uniformly across all companies, for the love of Christ, thank you, Jesus, call professional wrestling. Damn it! Anyway.
But
Yeah,
back
it
to
was
the
hard.
initial point, it's like I'm actually going to have to go back and watch tomorrow's Collision ahead of the Owen finals on Wednesday, because I'm going to have to at least see the Jay White Hangman Adam Page match.
The man wearing the proverbial black hat that only has one thing on his mind, and that's making sure that Swerve Strickland gets a proverbial bullet in his head and loses that AEW World Championship at Wembley Stadium. But will he get there? We're going for one hell of a mental warfare. Although he has 3 previous victories against Switchblade Jay White, who's never beaten him.
The fact that Page is just coming back, why would you put him against Jay White? Like, I don't want to see
there is that
Switchblade
history,
lose that
like I
match.
said.
I know there's a history, but now it's almost like you gotta have Adam win because he just came back. Like, from a booking perspective, you don't want to lose as soon as he comes back. But damn it, me as a fan, I don't want to see Switchblade lose, especially to his ass.
It's very rare for Switchblade Jay White to lose singles matches, to your point. I mean, but again, he did lose against MJF last year with a broken leg and broken arm for the AEW World Championship. He lost out on the Continental Classic. He is currently at Unified AEW Trios Championships, and he's got enemies now, not only against Death Triangle and House of Black, but the Patriarchy. And I have a very funny feeling that Christian Cage is not going to be too far away from this match.
I think that I would rather see Bryan Danielson versus Jay White in the finals as opposed to Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Adam Page.
Considering that Hangman Adam Page and Bryan Danielson already had 2 matches, one go to a 30-minute draw, and the other one, of course, by the way, both over the AEW World Championship, and those 2 previous encounters, Hangman Adam Page went 1 for a draw and then beat him in the following. So technically speaking, though, that's also a victory. Bryan Danielson has also not gotten his AEW career, but I do get what you're saying. It would be a rematch. And to my knowledge, I don't think Bryan Danielson has faced Switchblade Jay White at all in any capacity.
See, and I just feel like that would be the better wrestling match.
Oh, I agree.
That would be the better match for Owen Hart.
In Calgary Stampede, next week,
Yes.
Wednesday. Of course, we're covering here at the Multiverse of Media. I like the little subtitle, by the way. Hashtag we're going to die. Y'all lightweights, I'm going to survive. I'm the guy that's covering more wrestling every week than Michael Cole does in a single week.
Hey, Jeff is the one that did it, okay?
That's fair.
I just use and post what he gives me.
I respect that. And again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate you, Daniel, and Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Hope y'all enjoying the conversation, the pre-show hype before we get into our coverage tonight. Good to have Walter Cruz along for the ride to add some extra color. Again, it was very fun with the 3 of us on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to the same tonight with the 3 of us here. This quick hour on Friday where I'm going to say fuck television during each commercial break because I say what I say. And again, folks, you enjoy what you're hearing. You enjoy what you're seeing. You enjoy what you're seeing as far as reacting. Like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. here at the Multiverse of Media. We do this for all the biggest shows, all the PLEs across all things wrestling. Shout out to AEW family on the social media. And again, we want to dictate the conversation. Don't need to dictate. Super chat. It's as simple as that. Subliminal messaging.
Gotta get it flashing like it's subliminal advertising.
You're gonna cause Caesars.
I'm real interested in seeing what Kyle O'Reilly's gonna do. Like what exactly? Because I'm sitting here thinking I'm really trying to guess like who the hell can they have as a rivalry with him? Who's gonna come out? Like what is he doing? And why is it a surprise in the first place? Like,
well, considering he got assaulted by the Elite and took a rainmaker from Kazuchika Okada, maybe we're planting some seeds for that there. But also, again, after we're done with the Owen, Walter, JJ, you know we're coming next time in AEW. Blood and Guts! And we know that Mark Briscoe now is the first of 5 members for Team AEW, currently not official yet. As we know, will be the Elite versus Team AEW inside Blood and Guts.
I still got a distinct feeling that Hangman Adam Page is going to be part of Team AEW.
I can see it.
Whether it's Collision or whether it's the finals of the Owen, I see the Elite screwing him over, especially since, the show on Dynamite where he showed that he wanted nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
I could see them screwing him over and costing him the ability to advance or win the Owen.
Yeah.
If they're going to do it, I'd rather them do it in the semis because I would hate to see Brian win because they screwed Hangman Adam Page. And I don't think Brian would like that either. But because there's the history there with the Elite and Hangman and Jay White and all been members of the Bullet Club at some point in their careers, like I think that would be the opportunity to do it if they're going to do it.
Well, we got 2 weeks to figure that out because, of course, Blood and Guts will be the last Wednesday of July, and that will also be prior to our coverage of Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor. And again, folks, this hashtag We Gonna Die schedule, as Jim Reachum called it, we're just getting started for July. Again, we have Simply Predicting tomorrow, Money in the Bank, then coverage of Money in the Bank. Then we have NXT Heatwave come Sunday. And, of course, as you just saw, Wednesday we will be covering the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals as the July continues to kick off. Then Friday we're going to cover Combat Clash, courtesy of Prestige Wrestling, because it's free, because why the hell not?
I mean, if a company that we've been intrigued about is going to provide their show free on YouTube, then why the fuck would we not cover it?
I mean, it's a missed opportunity, especially when we can recognize a lot of the towns. And then following that, of course, as I said, we're going to have TNA Slammiversary, and then we have AEW Blood and Guts, and we have Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor as we finish out July before heading into August, starting with the biggest party of the summer.
We've also got UFC 304 that weekend, and we've got the GCW Bloodsport that weekend as well. So lots of stuff coming up, and I see Walter has already dipped out. Thank you again, Walter, for coming in and riding with me when I was solo until Noah got here.
Always appreciate Mr. Reliable. Please follow me at Rage of Wrestling, folks. That being said, JJ, it's 10:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So let's go ahead and get right into it because it's Friday. You know what that means. We're back here once again as JMN Multiverse of Media covering AEW Beach Break's conclusion with Rampage. And we're starting off red hot with singles competition. Roosh entering again, the Truth World Champion, taking on former AAA Mega Champion Commander in a first time ever CMLL versus AAA Lucha Libre singles encounter. Welcome to the show and welcome everybody. I am the Seminole Foz with the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, bringing you the coverage tonight for AEW Rampage, the fastest hour professional wrestling you get on a weekly basis. JJ, you ready to go tonight?
I'm definitely ready. I got Roosh coming out on my screen because unfortunately Hulu likes to rebuffer back at the start of the show. So
I got you. And of course, again, folks, if you're enjoying the conversation, please let us have comment, tell a friend, and please avoid any spoilers for not only AEW Rampage, but also W SmackDown, for there are those that do watch outside of live times. And please be considerate about what's being discussed here on screen and be considerate of those in the chat. And if you want to dictate the conversation, don't dictate. Super chat is truly as simple as that. I hope everybody had a wonderful, safe 4th of July as we're starting red hot
Yes.
at the eve of the 5th tonight. Aubrey Edwards, our official here as we kick things off with Roosh versus Commander. How dare you?
So do me a favor, pause as soon as you hear the bell ring, and then when the bell rings on my end, I'll let you know.
That's fine, JJ. Yep, I just paused, so we're all good here. Again, good to see the early birds as always. Daniel and Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Again, hope everyone enjoys the conversation, the coverage. You can use the hashtag AEW Rampage to keep up on the Twix. Or again, like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend across all the social media platforms of what we do here at the JMN Multiverse of Media. Oh, this is going to be fun. Just let me know when you hear the bell ring, bro.
Yep.
Let's see, Bruce.
Bell ring.
Made his way to the ring. We got Don Callis, of course, on commentary, who's been scouting Roosh as of late. You got to consider with Will Ospreay leading the family, you wonder if Don Callis would like to have Roosh be his new golden goose.
And of course, Alex Abrahantes ringside for Commander.
The hype man, as always, for the Lucha Brothers. And I would almost pretty much call Commander a Lucha Brother at this point, considering the history those three men share, especially working in AAA.
Yeah, he's like an honorary Lucha Brother.
See.
It's like Sami Zayn, the honorary Oos.
And shout out to Sami Zayn, who had his comedy show last night, and some of my friends I know, including Hope Division, who went there last night.
Ooh, nice head scissors takedown from Commander there.
And I hope she enjoys herself and Money in the Bank as Commander takes control here in the early going. Up and over the apron. Now the spring and Roosh. Oh my!
Roosh grabbing the ankle and jerking him off of the apron there, face first on the entry ramp.
Yeah, talk about a wipeout of sorts. And I'm not talking about surfing either, despite the fact we're in the lovely beachfront, quote-unquote, property of Chicago for AEW Beach Break.
Hence our background here, more beachfront than Chicago, Illinois.
I think that's the pier, if I remember correctly, the Santa Monica Pier. Irish whip now by Roosh, taking Commander around the world, just bullying his opponent as only Roosh can. Again, the former two-time world champion.
Roosh just chucking him around like a piñata.
And again, Roosh just relentless on this assault, uses as much of the 10 count as he can. Former unguardable one, of course. Leader of La Facción Ingobernables. He wasn't unguardable before Tetsuya Naito was a thing. I don't know if he's a baseball fan like Naito is. Of course, Naito, who regained the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, will be defending the honor of that title, and who faces him at Wrestle Kingdom next year through the G1 Climax 34 this year, as Aubrey's trying to regain some control. Again,
and she doesn't. Typical Aubrey Edwards.
All right, we're not going to start this tonight, all right? We got red hot at the end of Dynamite, rightfully so, but I'm going to show the utmost decorum because there's no reason now to get red hot.
I will do my best to be fair with her, okay? I am still pissed at the Jeff Jarrett match from Dynamite. And
that wasn't her fault.
Absolutely nothing. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. She is allowing Roosh to whip Commander with this rope.
You can't
choking the man.
You can't call what you can't see when Roosh brings a foreign object inside the ring.
Okay, but the punches were directly in front of her on Wednesday. You could call that, and she didn't because of her past history with Jeff Jarrett. Again, I am going to try my damnedest to be fair tonight with her, but I am still pissed about that. And rightfully so, because even you wanted him to advance.
And he couldn't because him and Adam Page beat him fair and square, and Jeff Jarrett didn't quit. Anyway, conversation for another day. The past is the past. We look towards the present and the future. I had what Denver and DMD defined those three words to mean.
Jesus.
Prepare for her versus the CEO, where another three letters will certainly unfold, as right now Roosh is just lighting up Commander. Irish whip. Oh, God, what a power slam.
Huge scoop slam.
And now Roosh picking up speed, falling off the ropes. Double stomp. Exploiting the already compromised core of Commander after whipping him with that cabling. And Safety and Matt, good to see you as always. And Roosh putting the boost towards Commander here. Roosh has been pretty much in complete control since the bell rang. Whoa! Kicking field goals here in the home of Chicago. Though Chicago more known for baseball than football success. Irish whip up and over. Commander looking for the flip. And Roosh counters, pulling Commander up. And Commander right now trying to pick up speed, take Rouge up and around. DDT!
I always love that lucha DDT, you know, the up, over, spin around, hook 'em.
And looking to build off that DDT, which again could be a difference maker for the time being. Commander off the ropes and digging over. Uh-oh. Got denied.
Ow.
Oh, God. Pendulum swinging to the barricade. And Roos takes control back immediately, much to the delight of Don Callis on commentary. And fans, the action does not stop here. This action will continue in Restaurant Clyde picture-in-picture for the next 90 seconds. Fuck television.
And Walter is back, so we'll go ahead and bring him in. Have a little three-man crew here, much like AEW themselves.
Yeah, right?
Anybody want Pringles now?
What are you thinking of this lucha action so far, Walter?
So far, so good, but I was listening to you guys, and yeah, it doesn't make sense for her to let him beat on him like that. It makes no sense. But
she was removing a chair, could not see what was happening, and Alex Abrahantes was distracting her. You cannot call what you can't see. There's a reason why I still think sometimes matches need two referees. You get one on the outside.
You're defending that? Are you starting to be Noah Khan now for defending that?
I'm defending shit. I'm calling it as I see it. You guys got VAR over in the UK. You're in freaking Connecticut. He's in freaking California. Y'all ain't got no instant replay.
Actually, he's in Northern California right now. He's actually in my state.
Oh, right. Whatever. Botch.
He's just in the northern portion, closer to San Jose, San Francisco, all
and
that.
Still might be
while
an
I'm down in the
alternative.
south.
It still might be an alternative country. And again, the referee's job is to hold on order based on what they see, not what you interpret looking blindly. You're not in her earpiece like, hey, he's doing this. And right now, Ruth's trying to liberate the massive commander. I will argue against referee integrity all night long with you two jabrones as we are back here at AEW Rampage. I almost had a different word in mind, but I'm not going to say that because that's inappropriate.
I'm laughing at the fake.
If you would like for Noah to say the inappropriate language, then super chat. Simple as that.
Why are you trying to make me go rated R when AEW is already rated higher than WWE when they're not PG? They're rated freaking TV-14. Oh, knife edge chop. Sweeping the legs out for Commander. And welcome back to AEW Rampage, folks. Action hot and heavy, like my commentary so far, apparently. Thanks to
Rouge has
JMN
just been dominating Commander the entire time.
Rouge getting a little cocky, though. He kind of reminds me, remember when Juventud Guerrero became like the Juice and he got all cocky, was like showboating and stuff? Rouge reminds me a lot of that.
Tranquilo,
mi hermano. Tranquilo. It's not cockiness, it's tranquilo, a discipline of truly staying cool under pressure no matter what and fooling your opponent to a false sense of security. It's that mindset, of course, developed down in Mexico that turned the Stardust Genius into the Unguardable One, our current IWGP Heavyweight Champion in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, Rouge, once again, looking to rip the mask off Commander here, the mask that is so sick religious to luchador culture. Hanging up Commander, the Tree of Woe, and just teeing off against him. The legs trapped, by the way, crisscross underneath the top turnbuckle. Rouge nowhere to go. Kicking the dust into Commander's face. Excuse me, Commander nowhere to go. And to your point, that sometimes, again, if you could literally exploit that ego to your advantage, why not fall up on it? And this time, Rouge might let you know when you mess with the bull, you get the ho!
No. Took way too much time with that.
Cockiness cost him.
Again, your own hubris being your own downfall. Commander now to the top row. Big corkscrew! Takes down Rouge. And Commander underneath the clothesline. Drop kick to the knee. Commander right now trying to build an advantage here.
Alex Abrahante is trying to get the crowd fired up here.
Commander picking up speed, 0 to 100 from opposite side of the ring. Commander flies with the tope suicida and drives Rouge into the announce table.
Ouch.
Of course, those announce tables, as we know, no give on those things. Now the springboard from the second. Beautiful moonsault.
Knocks down the toys there that were on the edge of the announce position.
Yeah, but also notice his back collided into the announce table, guys. And again, you do wonder if that did more damage to Commander at that point, considering the wear and tear he's had in this match.
Commander's got a lot of money because he loves playing high rent. He keeps going to the high rent district here.
Well, I mean, again, how much does Lucha Libre culture do that? Shooting star press connects, cover, deep hook on the leg, and near fall.
Ooh, I thought he might have had him with that.
Great combination. And Commander
Going for the crucifix.
Oh, command, low angle. Got him down, though, and Roos able to kick out.
Wait a minute. If that was 3, Roos might have won because it looked like Roos was on top of that pin.
To your point, I think Roos somewhat countered that almost into a Samoan drop, but still the shoulders were down on Roos for a 2 count. Great seeing him with that spinning back heel kick. Now Commander picked up speed once again. Oh, God!
Ugh,
that's one way to use your head.
Yeah, that's a headbutt and a half. That was like a Samoan headbutt from a Mexican.
Again, Toro Blanco, the white bull, literally just bulldozed his head through Commander's heart. And Roosh right now, once again, regrouping. Staggering a little bit here. Commander staggering to the apron. Now Roosh looking to bring him in the hard way from the outside. Deadlifts! And Roosh with the cover, hooked on their leg, and Commander kicks out at 2. Great resilience shown. But again, how much more angry is Roosh becoming? How much is he seeing red right now?
And we all know, you said the bull get the horns earlier. We know about the whole bull in the red.
Jawbreaker counter, though, by Commander. And again, Commander trying to fight back. And there's, oh, God!
Ugh. When you fall off the apron like that, that's like a 10-foot drop. Ouch.
Yeah, for real.
Belly to belly throw. Roosh literally right now just enjoying his handiwork. Commander crashing to the outside on the floor.
And back to the mask there, grabbing him by the mask to bring him in.
Wouldn't be the first
no
time
doubt trying to also rip it off of him at the same time and disgrace him.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time he literally got insult to injury, post or during. Now, Roosh, perhaps firing up, looking to once again remind you, if you mess with the bull, you get the horns!
This time he connects.
At running, drop kick, double boots, face first in the corner, count to 20. This match is over.
Wait a minute. Did you see that slight raise of the shoulder?
Commander has a lot of heart, but even his heart couldn't withstand that. Roosh wins.
Yeah.
No surprise here.
Well, I mean, again, he needed a bounce back.
Hard-fought match.
Yeah, and he needed that bounce back against that from that loss with MJF. But also, he's probably sending a statement to Don Callis. Wait a minute. Like, Roosh right now bringing Commander to the outside towards Don Callis.
Some after-match shenanigans.
Oy. I don't know necessarily what this is supposed to mean.
What was the point of that? He just dropped him at Don Callis' feet.
Example set. Bruce victorious here at AEW Rampage as you wonder what's next for his career and could it involve maybe becoming a member of the Don Callis family. Wait a second.
Uh-oh.
Well, speaking of the Don Callis family, as I was saying earlier, JJ, this is really a night for the Don Callis family to really try and change the tides and what's been a rocky road for them as of late. Here comes the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita.
Do you guys think that match was an audition for Roosh and trying to make his way into this family?
Well,
definitely could have been.
We talked about before how Don Callis has been scouting Roosh for the last few weeks. And with Will Ospreay leaving, he needs a new proverbial golden goose. You wonder if Roosh may be that guy, especially since Konosuke Takeshita, the Alpha, lost out on the TNT Championship, and Kyle Fletcher lost the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. But this is their third time tag teaming together. So, again, JJ, they're not that unfamiliar with each other. And again, when you're fueled by anger and motivation, that might be all you need versus a longer-term cohesion against their opponents.
I got to give it to Rampage. This is the good thing about booking just an hour. You jump right to the next match. They got no time for the BS.
Exactly. Again, 1 hour, just the fastest professional wrestling hour possible. And again, shout out to Rick Knotts, who's the official for this contest, as Arcady brings us in. And we got a moment to breathe. Again, great fight by Commander, but there's a reason why he is Mr. Intensity of Toro Blanco. So we'll see what's next with the guy that's less talk, more action.
And while we've got this full commercial, we'll go ahead and take a second, run our watch-along trailer, show everybody everything that'll be coming up here across the multiverse, kicking off with Money in the Bank tomorrow and going through SummerSlam, what is it, 2026?
Correct.
That they've announced? Yeah, so we shall be back.
And now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
And with still so much more to be added, yet to be determined when it comes to the fall schedule, and out of all those companies, WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, TNA, AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and so much more to continue to expand here across the indies as well, and combat sports. Again, all the wrestling, 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 all the professional wrestling. Damn it!
Ready, guys? Whew, UFC's on fire. Just announced August 17th from Perth, Australia. Izzy Adesanya versus Duplessis for the middleweight title. The two South Australians who have so much beef for years because Duplessis says you're not a real South African. He said Adesanya is not a real South African because he left and started training in New Zealand, and Duplessis never left South Africa. So there's a lot of beef here. I don't know what the undercard is going to be, but August 17th, we got to add another UFC watch along. Man, they just keep coming.
I mean, yeah, give Jeff and JJ more work. I mean, WWE does figure out their international PLE schedule, of course, and so does TNA. As now we know Victory Road still got to learn Bound for Glory. NXT, no doubt, in my mind, is going to have No Mercy and Deadline. And of course, there's still Survivor Series. There's still Final Resolution. There's the historic crossover Star New Japan Pro Wrestling. Not to mention Wrestle Kingdom, January 4th. Still waiting for an official graphic for that. So much wrestling still to figure out. We are even expanding now into the independents with friggin' Mission Pro and who knows what else. And if there's more WWE crossover outside NXT and A and promotions like Start in Noah and Marigold, we might add Noah and Marigold once in a while to the fold as we are back here with Renee Paquette and the Undisputed Kingdom. Of course, the Undisputed Kingdom still hold the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships, and their challengers yet to be determined for Ring of Honor for Dishonor. But we do now know what's going to happen for the Ring of Honor Women's World Championship and the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship. Oh, come on. Don't mock Mark Briscoe just because he doesn't have front teeth. And Big G's putting his name out there. Walter, you and producers and all can talk about that. He wants to be there to be part of Shayna Baszler's match at Bloodsport. The one sport and the one home that truly recognizes the baddest bitch in WWE that held the NXT Championship for the most combined number of days. Just saying.
I am all about it. That is more of a Jeff call than a Renegade call. But considering that's going to be a Walter and James called show, I don't see any reason why not.
We've done 3 person boost just because of certain matches. You become the Nigel McGuinness every time Titus Tony Storm has graced the screen, and I thoroughly approve you on it. That's your friggin' bread and butter. And we've proven that we can make 3 people work just like we have so far tonight.
Yep.
Kyle O'Reilly right now. Ryder Strong's saying that Kyle would be better with me. Again, I still think there's some dark ambitions with Roderick Strong trying to bring Kyle O'Reilly into the Undisputed Kingdom. Meanwhile, get in line at the VIP because here comes Private Party. Time to take some shots in the ring. Tag team action about to unfold as Rampage continues. And to your point, JJ, Private Party not only more experienced, but they have 35 wins against different tag teams, despite the fact they've had a stir-step run of momentum as of late this year. Of course, we talked about how Mark Quinn, who came back recently from injury, and Brother Zay know each other inside out like the back of their hands, going all the way back to House of Glory before signing to All Elite Wrestling, versus Kenosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher that have only tag team on 2 previous attempts together. And there's one thing a tag team could always share the same, and that's attacking your opponent before the bell.
I feel so bad for them. And then the mockery.
I mean, you showboat, you get attacked from behind. It's kind of like, what's more important? Don Callis still in commentary, of course, supporting his family, saying what Private Party did just there was disrespectful. And he approves, again, this whole MO of focus, bring hatred, attack on the fly, be relentless. And of course, we saw that lead to Kyle Fletcher joining the Don Callis family after a war with Kenosuke Takeshita. And of course, the Alpha basically taking the place of Kenny Omega. You see the look on Kyle Fletcher's eyes, who's been red hot, JJ, since losing again the Ring of Honor World Television Championship and destroying the Pentacle during the 0 hour on Forbidden Door. Has the door up, counter, deep arm drag by Brother Zay. That's how Dave, and off the second rope, looking for a great arm drag takeover there. And of course, as I said, Kenosuke Takeshita will be leaving for Japan for the next month and a half, practically, to be part of the G1 Climax, the most prolific tournament in all professional wrestling, hosted by New Japan Pro Wrestling, G1 Climax 34. It'll be his first time ever in the G1.
That's crazy to think of.
Well, considering, again,
Takeshi's never been in the G1 before.
Well, I mean, it's a rare thing to see other competitors outside New Japan, let alone not even born in Japan, in the G1. And again, we've seen now conclusion from Pro Wrestling Noah, AEW, DDT Pro. As of late in the G1s, these previous years, let's not forget last year, the G1 introduced Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, we got to make a survey or something for him to be in the next G1, because what the heck? How hasn't he been involved?
Well, let's see what Kenosuke Takeshita brings first and foremost. I mean, again, this G1 is taking a whole different focus. Some of the biggest names in New Japan history that's been in the G1 consecutively is out this year. No Hiroshi Tanahashi, who's been in every G1 the last 22 years straight. No Tomohiro Ishii.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, that's the word. No Tomohiro Ishii, no Taiji, no Yoshihashi. A lot of prolific names that are used to be in the G1 are not involved this year, given a new opportunity towards first-time new names and rising names in New Japan. Kyle Newman, Bolton Oleg, Kenosuke Takeshita, Jake Lee of Pro Wrestling Noah.
Nice senton from the second turnbuckle there by Takeshita.
Fletcher and Takeshita looking very dominant here in the early going. Can they keep up the pace? Stay tuned for Wrestling Quality Picture-in-Picture. Fuck television.
JJ, we called the Don Callis family winning this match, but damn, there's no offense from Private Party so far.
Well, it's kind of the same way in the last match. Commander barely got any offense in, and when he did, it was like a little flurry post-commercial break. So we'll see if that holds true here, as Kyle Fletcher just scoop slams part of Private Party there.
Well, again, we talked about. Yeah, that's
or is that Zay in there right now?
The long Drady hair is Mark Quinn, The
thought so. Okay, I
shaved
was
bald
right.
head is brother Isaiah Cassidy, so you're good. And again, like I said, these two men are angry. Konosuke Takeshita lost down the TNT Championship, and Kyle Fletcher, of course, recently lost his Ring of Honor Television Championship. So you gotta imagine that both these men right now are out here to prove a point. And while one's going to Japan to be in the most prolific professional wrestling tournament, Kyle Fletcher right now has no direction.
You got to imagine neither one of them want to disappoint Don Callis anymore after losing the titles and doing what they did. So,
well, I think about that, but I think primarily about Kyle Fletcher and his connection, his relationship with Will Ospreay, JJ. Like I said, those two used to live together. Many people compare Kyle Fletcher to a young Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay included, calls himself a protostar for a reason. You do wonder, though, with Will Ospreay's latest moral choices, could Kyle Fletcher follow suit? And will Don Callis, who seems so approving of Will Ospreay leaving, would he react to Kyle Fletcher the same way? And is that something Kyle Fletcher may need to do?
Fletcher coming back, I mean,
Back.
How many of us thought his career might have been done after that injury?
Well, considering his tag partner, Dunkzilla, Mark Davis, soon is still out injured. Again, JJ, I put this now to you. What do you think the future should be for Kyle Fletcher? Which direction should he go? Should he focus on maybe regaining the Ring of Honor World Television Championship from CMLL Atlantis Jr. down in Mexico? Do you think he needs to pursue something else? Does he need Don Callis to still go along for the ride?
I definitely think Kyle Fletcher still needs Don Callis right now. I think as heinous of an individual as the dastardly Don Callis is, I think he's done great things for Kyle Fletcher's career, especially since the other member of the Aussie Open, forgive me for getting his name, I think it's Mark something.
Mark Davis.
Thank you.
I got you.
But ever since he got injured, like Fletcher very easily could have been gobbled up in the void of the AEW catering and just been doing nothing. Don Callis has been great for Fletcher's career. He's gotten singles gold. He's highly featured in the family. Like, he needs Callis right now. I definitely think going after Atlantis and regaining his championship is the way to go.
I guess we'll see if that match is made official as we prepare for Depth Before Dishonor. As, of course, for those that watch Ring of Honor, we now know it will be Defina, who apparently is injured, defending her Ring of Honor Women's World Championship against, Walter, here's one of your faves, Queen Aminata. And it will be Lily Starks defending her Ring of Honor Women's World Television Championship against Red Velvet. Whoa, nice suplex. We are back at AEW Rampage. Tag team action unfolding. Don Callis family, Konosuke Takeshita, the Alpha, and the Protostar Kyle Fletcher taking on Private Party. Critical moment.
One thing I want to do, I want to give a round of applause to Athena. Her reign has been ridiculous. Like, she's had this title for like well over a year, or at least a year, and it
has been a year.
Yeah, she has put ROH on the map. Like, the way she's defending, and she's taking her role serious. And I'm glad she found her footing in AEW, because for a little while she was a little lost, and I'm glad they were able to find her way.
Ring of Honor has literally been the MIT show. Athena and the Rising Billy Starks, period. And Brother Zay picking up speed and flies over with the corkscrew plunge, wiping the Don Callis family out on the outside entranceway. Brother Zay with all the momentum right now here, JJ.
The hell?
What is that on his head?
It's a shark weed fin.
Oh, yeah, shark weed.
Yeah.
You know, the shameless promotion.
And Swanton Bomb, shout to one of their all-time heroes in the Hardys by Brother Zay and Mark Quinn with a 450, but it's the days.
Am I the only one that feels like Brother Zay is the witch version of Montez Ford?
Yes. I thought that too.
Okay, so it's not just me.
No. Leg lariat by Kyle Fletcher, though, catching Mark Quinn. And, oh, God! Konosuke just knocked out. And
double team brainbusters.
Double brainbuster, double float over. Kyle Fletcher with the cover. No! How about Private Party showing a bit of resilience there, surviving that double team sterile offense?
I can't lie. I thought it was over right there.
Same.
Should have been.
But now Don Callis
What
family.
more of an emphatic statement would there have been than the stereo brainbusters?
Something high risk here out of the corner, JJ.
up
Hoods
something.
up assist, and wait a minute. Gin Juice!
Oh!
Out of nowhere! Marquin gets up it, though. Sidestep, though. Silly string. Catching Kyle Fletcher into the DDT!
Fletcher Smart rolling outside of the ring on the other end there.
But he's
but he's not the legal one.
Kanosuke is legal. Kanosuke is legal. Keep that in mind in the drop zone. 450 and the moves out to the outside. Private Party. Brother Quinn with the cover kick out by Kanosuke.
Damn it. As soon as I got a little hope.
Great teamwork here, though, by Private Party neutralizing the Don Callis family. For a one-sided match from the get-go, JJ, it definitely has changed a complete different direction.
Yeah, definitely. Private Party's got that momentum. They need to keep it up, but they're in the ring with the Alpha.
And to your point, Kanosuke about now wiping out Private Party with these lariats.
But I got to give it up for that reversal and how they turned that into the gin and juice was awesome.
He needs to make the tag, Kyle Fletcher, and does so. Kyle Fletcher in the ring now. Mark Quinn catches him running in with the boots.
Ouch.
Oh, look at it. Hook him up for that pile driver. Double leg takeover. Jackknife cover by Mark Quinn, too. Got him. Wait. Nope. Oh, I thought he got him.
I thought he did too, Noah.
I literally thought he had him. Discus elbow. Went for the Pele. Inseguri flowed over denied. Now the half Nelson. Suplex connects.
Half and half suplex. Ouch.
Uh-oh. And look at this. Meanwhile, Blue Thunder Bomb wipes out Brother Zay and the flying leg kick by Kyle Fletcher to Mark Quinn. Now hooking him
Here's
up.
the pile driver.
Pile driver. That's it. I guarantee you that's it.
Yeah,
Hook on the far leg. Don Callis found with the win. Jeez.
I get it. That was a better match than I thought it would be, though.
Again, you consider what all four men were out here to prove. Don Callis watching on.
Well, I knew it would be a banner because Private Party doesn't tend to disappoint in the ring. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of theirs, but they get in the ring and they are very high intensity. So I knew it would be a good match, but there was just no way they were going to win.
I'm not a fan per se, but they've impressed me enough where I feel like they earned a spot on Dynamite. They shouldn't just be on Collision and Rampage. They should be on Dynamite showcased.
Well, you think at this point, Don Callis might put a bid in for them to maybe become future challengers for the AEW Tag Team Championships if the Acclaim can't beat the Elite. Meanwhile, let's go back earlier this week.
I feel like they should have shown this before Rush's match.
Correct.
I feel like Don Callis, again, has his own MO and his own schedule, again, his own way of showcasing things.
Don Callis with what he remembers out of high school Spanish.
About to say, you could translate that more basic than him.
It's all right. I know very little Spanish my damn self. Like, from all my years in doing security, like, I learned the basics so that we could get people out of the building.
You know, I once was fluent in French. It's just when you don't practice it, you forget everything. Like, if someone talks to me in French, I'll understand them, but to remember everything back, it's like, wow, because you're just out of practice with it.
Right.
Hate and intellect applied to that aggression of Roosh could be a very dangerous combination.
I'm with JJ, though. What was the point of that airing after Roosh's match?
Well, you could say the same thing about what was the point of Daniel Garcia being brutally assaulted post-match by MJF after that war he endured with Ospreay for the AEW National Championship. We go back to Wednesday, where there is definitely a memorable Dynamite, to say the least, and I think everybody's thought about that last 10 minutes. God, that hidden blade, I thought he took his head off.
MJF is still going to be cheered. People think that's a heel turn.
Well, again, people don't know how to blur lines between heel and face, but MJF's probably the only guy that tries to literally force you to hate him.
Exactly.
And embraces it. Golly, he left Daniel Garcia in a bloody, broken heap. And Daddy Magic, for that matter. I'm just going to say this right now for the record, by the way. Give Daddy Magic a mic, and he will give you a passionate point every time. That guy can't do no wrong when he speaks. Seriously.
Magic on the mic?
Quite literally. Yes, pun intended. Quite literally. Will Ospreay literally hobbling back down to the ring after the damage already done as MJF scurried out for the Chicago audience. Surprised a riot didn't happen.
You know, unfortunately, with the level that MJF is on, and you all due respect to Will Ospreay, if he challenges him for that international title and they beef over there, is that not a step down in you guys' opinion for MJF?
Big time.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll be updated on not only that situation, but Daniel Garcia's health and condition here as well. As we get ready for our next match, you see the Undisputed Kingdom, Roderick Strong joining commentary, watching his best friend compete in action here.
This is where MJF should be beating up them, the Kingdom. Like, how do you come back and the Kingdom turn their back on you and you just ignore them?
Because it wasn't the Kingdom that took him out. It was Adam Cole. And ever since he took out Adam Cole has not been seen.
That's true.
GPA. Local indie star of the Chicago area tonight, taking on Kyle O'Reilly. And again, Roderick Strong's been pleading for Kyle O'Reilly to come home. The bell rings right away. Well, this ain't going to last long.
Yeah, no.
No, you could have gave me 100 guesses. I wouldn't have guessed a local talent was going to be his opponent. I thought they were just going to re-debut someone big time. But
God.
I mean, I guess he needs his warm-up matches just coming back.
Again, the man got assaulted Wednesday. He's already coming in here pissed off as it is. Is he more pissed off at Roderick Strong, his antics as of late, or the Elite and their bullshit?
True.
Hammerlock in the arm right now and just teeing off O'Reilly right now. Elbows, knees, the sliding knee strike, and now wrenching back on the nose. Of course, we talk about the history of Kyle O'Reilly and Strong going all the way back to Ring of Honor, of course, for NXT, and of course, when they faced each other one-on-one at Dynasty. Jawbreaker said by GPA. Nice combination there with the stunner.
That was a nice combination.
Nick, let's not forget Kyle O'Reilly coming back in what he calls his second win in life in what he loves, professional wrestling, of course, with his surgery repaired neck. A combination here by Kyle O'Reilly, teeing off here with the kick, sweep of the legs.
Any neck injury is nothing to sneeze at, literally.
Uh-oh.
Kyle is just toying with GPA.
Yep. Oh!
Ouch!
Double strike. Hyperextending the left arm. Front face lock. Now hooking him up.
Yeah.
Rolled over across arm breaker. Junior Gatami. Tap out, GPA. That is it.
I couldn't even get the words. I was going to say, JJ, to your point, he's just playing with his food at this point, and then he.
Yeah. GPA needs to retake his classes. He flunked out.
Yeah, retake your SATs.
The float over, that Falcon Arrow float over into the cross arm breaker, lethal combination every time by the violent artist, Kyle O'Reilly.
What do you think that was? About 3 minutes, Noah?
I figure.
Did Walter just say 3 minutes?
And Kyle O'Reilly again wants nothing to do with the Undisputed Kingdom. And celebration cut short.
Do you guys think eventually he's gonna give in?
Nope.
No, I think Kyle O'Reilly's better off on his own, but I do know somebody that's ready to give in to every bit of anger in his heart after Wednesday, and that's Samoa Joe.
Mm-hmm. One of the few Samoans not related to the Anoa'i.
That's fair, actually. What we learned here is Samoa Joe wants the learning tree to burn to the ground.
Understandable.
Well, I mean, Hook's eyes got burnt by the wizard.
Yeah, Joe is ready to rip the roots out of that learning tree.
Oh, boy. For sure, I might want to pray to some ultra deity at this point, now that Samoa Joe's in his crosshairs. Oh, jeez.
He literally said, "I'm gonna torture you."
When Samoa Joe says he's gonna do something, he doesn't bullshit.
Yeah,
No,
it's best
no,
to
he
believe
does
him.
not.
Who's gonna stop Samoa Joe? It's gonna take more than a bad apple and a redwood. Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna massacre you.
Well, Jericho, you might be living on a wing and a prayer. This Owen Hart Women's Foundation tournament, though, as we get ready for our main event, has been red hot as we reach the other half of our semifinals. It was Hikaru Shida who returned last week on Collision and beat the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo, while Mariah May was able to overcome the outcast Saraya and stop her plans on a homecoming with a beautiful leg capture cradle. This is the first time ever one-on-one encounter, as again, we will see if the Falcon Arrow or the Katana does the deal, or if Mariah May once again surprises us and upsets us. Tonight, our main event on AEW Rampage Beach Break is next.
I feel like Deonna Purrazzo came to the wrong company. AEW has been jobbing her out big time. Like, no disrespect to Shida, but what does Shida need the Owen for? I think Deonna Purrazzo moving on would have been better. I think Deonna Purrazzo versus Mariah May would have been money.
I agree.
Yeah.
The virtuosa versus the protege.
I also do think, though, again, she's still so young in her career. To my point also earlier about Mariah May, it was the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo that confronted the timeless entourage and Toni Storm when she arrived in AEW shortly a couple weeks later in January. It's also one of those frames where I've heard verbatim, she's proud to have this opportunity to grow and test herself on a grander, more open stage. When you literally have done everything possible to elevate the identity of the Knockouts World Championship, the Knockouts division, and you want to pursue a different challenge, I have nothing but respect for that. So while the outcomes may seem a bit blasé, there's no doubt she's still been a focal point of this women's division when it comes to showcasing why is she indeed the virtuosa. And if it means continuing this rivalry with Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa, I'm for it.
If you go back into the archives, we did a topic. We were trying to guess where she was going to go, and I was one of the advocates for her to go to NXT because I imagine she, and now knowing what we know now with the whole NXT TNA, she could still rivalry people with TNA. Like I think
the problem with Shayna Baszler, her style is one of a kind, unique, and it's something that WWE doesn't put enough belief, fulfillment, and showcasing in. And I think with AEW or just outside the WWE banner, when you are a technically focused wrestler, you have more opportunity to showcase and then grow off it outside of that domain. But I will say that NXT and these cross-promotion relationships in a Morgan Freeman narrated alternative reality would not have been possible does lead to me to believe more that they will encourage and encompass that style across the wrestling business and associate that with WWE. Anyway, JJ, you were about to say something? Go ahead, man.
I just feel like she would have done better if she had come over to the E. You know, I feel like I legit, as much as I love Tiffy time and everything, if Deonna Purrazzo had come to the E, she would be a pretty damn big candidate to be Miss Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Maybe.
Or the very least, it probably would have been her and Lola Vice's spot right now for this title.
I mean,
no. I don't think Deonna would have gone to NXT.
No,
I think she would have gone to the main roster. She's had more than enough TV training.
Yeah.
I would have moved her to the main roster. That way she could have been having matches with Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae, Becky Lynch.
Hopefully not turn into an IKEA
Bailey.
She definitely deserves a main roster.
Jade, Bianca.
Ooh,
well,
her
again,
Jade.
when WWE's mostly doing nothing but putting you into an IKEA, oh, fuck me. What is this?
It is the timeless era, Noah.
Hips attacking. Hey, Noah, you gotta.
All right, fine. She's hyping up her collision match.
Oh my God! Can she please narrate more hype videos? I like this.
I suddenly care even more about collision now.
It reminds me of like those 1940 radio commercials, though. The way she talks.
JJ, what the fuck?
I'm copying her. Look at her.
Oh Lord!
I love Timeless Tony. Damn it.
Well, Timeless Tony Storm will be in action tomorrow, going 1-on-1 against Tristan Dora. But it's time for our main event here at AEW Rampage with the inclusion of Beach Break. It's sad to see Mariah May moves forward in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament and moves one step closer towards a timeless encounter of the ages for AEW Women's World Championship. Time for Mariah May versus Hikaru Shida. Oh,
Now,
bloody
see,
hell!
Where is
timing
Mina
of that video
Shirakawa,
made
damn it? They all kissed and made up and embraced. We need to add her to this stable.
Mom, JJ, she's back in Japan because she has to get ready for the 5-star Grand Prix. And Willow Nightingale has to be prepared for either of these two women that she may have to face next week. In Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals will take place. It will be Willow Nightingale versus either Mariah May or this lady right here, the Shining Samurai, Hikaru Shida. Hey, she got her candlestick back. I am so happy to see this woman back.
Me too.
Record at 3-0, of course, made her way into the semifinals, beating the Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo, the most prolific female figure in AEW history, the 3-time AEW Women's World Championship, and of course, the catalyst to what became the Timeless Era. There you see the updated bracket, by the way. After Toni Storm beat her last year at Full Gear for the AEW Women's World Championship. She's at 13-1 overall in her last number of matches. Bell rings were underway. Senior official Paul Turner.
Here we go.
First time ever one-on-one contest, folks. And of course, you can learn more about what the Owen Hart Foundation does at owenhartfoundation.org. Support this cause and this organization today. Honoring, of course, the late, great Owen Hart, led by Martha Hart herself.
But damn,
chance
here.
JJ's freaking thing, black and white. Of course he is, because Thomas Tony Storm's watching on from ringside, not in commentary, by the way, but as a bystander. I do wonder, though, of how much Toni Storm has literally been supporting her protege. It's got to be in the back of her head that if Hikaru Shida beats the rematch on AEW's grandest stage.
She could be. I wonder if Martha played ball.
Riho versus Lady Frost?
Oh, nice. Of course, Riho came back to confront the Professor, Serena Deeb, who asked for somebody to step up towards her dojo. Oh, God. And we'll hear from Christian Cage and the Patriarchy, who have made their intentions known. They want the Trios Championship, that Jezebel in the background.
Hey, Christian and a live mic, you can't lose.
That's true.
That's fair. I'll get the devil hit too.
I was going to say, Noah, who would you rather hear on the microphone?
Christian
Cage or Chris Jericho?
Christian Cage for 100, please. This learning tree is the most obscure foundation of nature I've ever seen in all elite wrestling.
I have yet to learn a damn thing from that tree.
I'm pretty sure I've taught more to you fans of wrestling than the learning tree has since its existence in all elite wrestling. And Mariah May right now falling up. She's in a seated position. Eats the PK. And the cover by Mariah May. Lateral press gets a 2 count.
Man, she caught her flush on the jaw with that knee.
Grabbing her by the hair, try to get her back to a vertical base. Snap suplex connects.
Beautiful strength display shown by Mariah May here. I think on the tail of the tape, though, you look at both women's build and both women's offense. Very similar styles here.
Yeah, they are similar.
Now draping across the second row, but Carl, though, sits out of it, though. Looking for the forearm. That's underneath. And he hits a high knee to the side of the head.
May was struggling a little bit to pick her up there.
Cartwheel, hooking her up for a sunset power bump. Shida trying to hold on, though, unable to. Shida firing back, though. Takes Mariah May over with the T. Harris.
Right in front of Timeless Tony. Sheeta's got to be careful out there in enemy territory.
I mean,
got
JJ, you
Timeless
read my
Tony
mind.
and Luther out there.
Again, JJ, like I said, the prime target of Timeless Tony Storm prior to her becoming champion was Hikaru Shida. That rising knee
nose
strike.
to nose with the champ.
Oh boy.
Remember, whoever wins the Owen gets a shot at Timeless Tony. Could this be Tony's future right here as we go to restaurant quality picture in picture and get this bitch off of my television?
CEO
my ass.
More
like
all right.
Hold on, Walter. CEO my ass. More like CUNT.
Okay, then. That being said, tranquilo, mi hermano. And again, folks, hope you are enjoying our All Elite coverage. We will not be covering Collision tomorrow. We'll be covering WWE Money in the Bank. We'll be back here next week, Wednesday, covering the finals of the Owen Harpidation Tournament, where we'll be Will Nightingale versus the winner of this match, Hikaru Shida versus Mariah May. And, of course, Bryan Danielson awaits the winner of tomorrow's match between Heyman and Page and Switchblade Jay White. And to JJ's point, the winners of both the men and women's Owen Harpidation tournaments will go on to Wembley Stadium to challenge for the respected AEW World Championship at AEW All In.
What would be awesome? Doing with this boy?
What would be awesome is, since me and are going to be on the prime call for Money in the Bank, if we could get James and Walter to do Collision and do both broadcasts. That way we've still got coverage of the Owen tournament going.
I say let them do it. Honest to God, I love the ideas of simulcasting. I say let's do it.
Well, you got that. That means that you've got to get James on board with covering AEW television.
That's fair.
So we can try. We'll throw it out there right now. No promises, but if we can get James on board to do commentary for Collision, we will have Walter and James calling Collision while Noah and I call Money in the Bank, and then we will all reconvene for open mic night immediately following.
Hard whip to Mariah May, head first into the barricade. So stay tuned tomorrow on that, folks, to see if that becomes, as Adam Pearce would say, official.
I'm down, James. This is the ball's in your court.
Timeless Tony Storm right now cannot watch on as Hikaru Shida just wells away at her protege, Mariah May, up against the barricade. Both pairs, of course, have it up to a 10 count, though, to get back inside the ring. Count out, pinfall, submission, or disqualification. Leads towards the finals of the Owen. Here's a hook of the leg by Hikaru Shida. Gets a 2 count on Mariah May. Hikaru Shida, though, has maintained control since the get-go as we went to this restaurant quality picture-in-picture. Of course, Timeless Tony Storm has already overcome the obstacles of Riho, Sky Blue, Diana Perazzo, Thunder Rosa, Serena Deeb, and most recently, Mina Shirakawa during her illustrious timeless run as the AEW Women's World Champion. Hikaru Shida, of course, though, still holds the record for holding the AEW Women's World Championship the most combined number of days, and still has the longest run here in All Elite Wrestling history.
Tony's creeping up there, though, in terms of a singles run.
She is. But Hikaru Shida still holds the record because she literally held that title for one full year. Before losing it to Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, who made a triumphant, emotional, well-respected return at Forbidden Door and told her mission statement loud and clear this past Wednesday on Dynamite.
She put a big smile on Big G's face.
I think you put a smile on everybody's face, even if you have that teeth. Whoa! Went for the drop kick again, and Shida sidestep, though. Calculated error by Mariah May. Shida once again taking control here. Might be only one Falcon Arrow or Katana away from punching her ticket and just exercising her will with the backbreaker. Covered by Shida. Lateral press gets a 2 count. And now transitioning into the submission. Crossface. The thing, we watched Hikaru Shida since day one here in AEW at Dover November 2019 in that 6-woman Joshi Pro showcase. When she was up against Aja Kong, Ryo Misanami, and of course the magical girl Yuka Sakazaki.
Say that 5 times fast.
Do you want me to don't test me, bro. You know who you're talking to. Welcome back, folks, to the finals here. The semifinals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament are main event here at Rampage Beach Break. Mariah May picking up momentum here. Mariah May was Hikaru Shida. Winner faces Willow Nightingale next week for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament championship.
Did you just see that graphic, Noah? Stampede Street Fight next week. I'm assuming for the World Championship. The Learning Tree Chris Jericho versus the Samoan Submission Machine Samoa Joe.
And of course, we're in Canada, so I expect hockey pucks, and that worked out so well against Katsuyori Shibata. But yes, I just saw that graphic. How fitting in the home of the Calgary Stampede. We're going to have a Stampede Street Fight with a Canadian nonetheless. Up and over, Hurricane Rana by Mariah May. Tetsuka Shi up and over. We'll also see the return of our AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland, after having one of the damnedest matches this year against Will Ospreay. And, of course, both finals of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, the men and the women. Brian Dale's the waste winner, Switch for White, and Heyman Page. Nice missile, drag of Mariah May. Cover, hook the leg, kick out by Shida. And, of course, the winner of this match, Shida versus Mariah May, will take on Willow Nightingale, who's looking to become, to what you almost echoed, JJ, a two-time consecutive winner of the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. I still can't believe she was able to catch Chris Statler off guard for the 3 count.
Me neither. I love Willow, but I thought that it was going to be Chris's night.
You know what that tells me, though? Stat's going to get revenge. Stat isn't done by a long shot yet.
She might cost Willow the tournament. But imagine a notch under Willow's belt to do that. To win back-to-back Owen Hart tournaments.
And no kidding. And
See, but I don't know if Mariah May would want to win the Owen that way.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Again, we're honoring Owen Hart, but then again, Canada knows all about screw jobs. And Shida bring Mariah May in with a deadlift German from the outside. Second position, cover to no.
I don't know if I'm ahead of you or behind you.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I just paused it to let it go because I just saw May kick out.
I just had a huge scoop slam. Or sidewalk slam, excuse me.
No, I didn't have that yet, so you're ahead. And
okay.
I have some strikes. I have some elbow strikes right now.
So Walter and I are pretty much in sync. Shida right now lining up Mariah May with these elbow strikes side of the head.
Okay, Mariah May just went for the hip attack, but Shida caught her. So let me know when you see that.
All right. And Shida right now picking up speed. Mariah May catching Shida, taking up around with the sidewalk slam.
Ouch.
Not as much revolutions, though, as Mariah May usually does, though, with that move, as Timeless Tony Storm is
I
literally
think here's the hip attack here.
cheering on her entourage. Uh-oh.
She's smacking herself in the...
Mariah May looking to back it up, and Shida catches the hip attack.
She just caught her. Now, JJ.
What? God, German suplex. Mariah May on her feet, though.
Did she just no-sell that, Noah?
Yep, and now Mariah May with a German of her own.
The drive to win, guys. The drive to win. Roll through by Shida. Catches her with a right.
AEW
Against her. And Falcon Arrow by Shida. Has she done the deal? Hook the leg. Kick it out. One.
You know what? I won't.
Mariah May is hulking up. She's getting timeless here, brother. She said that doesn't work for me, sister.
You only get one opportunity, JJ. It's one and done. Backdrop suplex by Mariah May.
We might need $25 because I'm ready to rant about these damn no-sells in AEW.
Looking to follow up now for the hip attack in the corner. You clearly have not watched enough wrestling outside WWE, brother.
I have. I know what the AEW does and New Japan does, but jeez. Does everybody need to do this damn hulking up stuff?
Not that often. Depends on the situation. Roll through. Roll through. Shida, deep hook of the single leg, and nearly caught Mariah May and almost caught Tony Storm on the outside. Mocking the Shining Samurai. Oh, God, a headbutt.
Well, you can't DQ her from mocking.
Return with the knee. Look for the katana. Mariah May, though, with the roll through. Cradle, hit the leg. Mariah May advances.
What? Whoa.
Just like that, the same way she beat Soraya. The single leg capture cradle. What a counter to the katana. As Timeless Tony Storm celebrates her protege, our women's finals is set. It's Willow Nightingale versus Mariah May next week in Calgary.
Guys, Tony is doing all this celebrating and everything's good. When is it going to hit her that if Mariah May wins, that means that she has to go one-on-one with Tony for this title?
I'm pretty sure when that graphic becomes official, as right now they run off in victory towards embracing what could be Mariah May's future and what could be the most timeless encounter for the ages. Mariah May has punched her ticket to the finals as we come to the conclusion of AEW Rampage and Beach Break. For the Ranking Wrestling, JJ Williams, and for Mr. Reliable, I'm the Seminole Foster. We'll see you tomorrow for City Money in the Bank and our Money in the Bank coverage. Thanks for tuning in to AEW.
Yes,
Great
yes,
match.
Yes. Hell of a match. We knew the outcome. I mean, to say that Rampage was predictable tonight would be an understatement. But as you always say, sometimes predictability is a good thing.
Damn it.
We knew Roosh was going to get the victory. We knew the Callis family was going to get the victory. We knew O'Reilly was going to win against whoever he fought because they didn't even announce his opponent.
GBA.
And we knew that Mariah May was 95% sure that she was going to take this. There was a slight chance that Sheeta could have taken it, but for the most part, we were pretty positive. If you were kind of like positively Paige, but we were pretty positive that she was going to take that.
Yeah. Whew. That was fun. And that wild hour, just like that, blink of an eye, poof, it's over.
I gotta say, it's been a while since Rampage has actually had me excited. They did a good job today.
Yeah, these Rampages as of late have had a good balance of the action to kind of bring you in towards what's ahead next week. And one thing's for sure, I'm sure as hell ready for the finals in Calgary next week, Wednesday on Dynamite. Let's freaking go. But this weekend already is double loaded. Again, there it is, folks. We'll be back here for AEW coverage next week, Wednesday, July 10th, as we cover the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the home of Owen Hart himself.
Yep, our coverage kicking off at 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. That way we've got about a half hour to do the hype and everything.
I can't wait.
If JJ, no, if Martha would have played ball, do you think WWE would have did something like this to honor Owen?
I don't see why not. Like, I don't see why they couldn't have rebranded the King of the Ring into an Owen Hart Memorial Tournament.
If Triple H established his new era prior to WrestleMania 40, then I say absolutely. But we just got into this new era. So, I mean,
you've got the Dusty, you've got the Mae Young Classic, the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Like, I could definitely have seen them rebranding the King of the Ring to be the Owen, because arguably, with the exception of Regal and Booker, Owen was the last great King gimmick for King of the Ring.
I agree.
Definitely.
Yep, no argument there. You're not going to get an argument from me.
I mean, somebody was even posting on social media. Neither Gunther or Nia feel like King or Queen of the Ring. They just feel like number one contenders.
Exactly.
Literally. That's exactly right. You did hit the nail on the head.
And there's nothing wrong with that because of the number one thing that they put on, the contendership that they added to it. But like, I'd love for them to have a little bit more oomph to the gimmick. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, exactly. Yes. I look at Money in the Bank as the opportunity for a championship. I look at King and Queen of the Ring as the opportunity to redefine yourself in the company as a character, not necessarily need to go immediately for a championship. All this has been for Nia and Gunther. It's just the delayed game of, okay, I'm going to be at a main event championship match at a PLE after another PLE. Whoopee.
I'll tell you one thing.
I mean, we've talked about this a little bit on Open Mic Night, and I think we talked about it a little bit in simply predicting when we were going into King Queen of the Ring.
Yeah.
The Rumble sets up contention for Mania.
Yeah.
King of the Ring should set up contention for SummerSlam. It makes sense.
Yep.
We all know the big four. With King of the Ring, it used to be the big five. So you have that in there. Then you've got Survivor Series War Games before you hit the hard reset at the first of the year and you run it back.
Here's the thing, though, JJ. Hi, Jeff. The Royal Rumble winners make a big deal all the way up to WrestleMania about the opportunity they earned. King and Queen of the Reign, they've barely done jack doodly as far as making their presence, their opportunity, that big of a deal for SummerSlam. And maybe that's due to the fact that, of course, we've had already 2 PLEs, or excuse me, after tomorrow we'll have 2 PLEs literally before SummerSlam, while Royal Rumble only had 1, Elimination Chamber, which also had implications for SummerSlam. Money in the Bank does have implications, but not necessarily for SummerSlam. It's longer term. Clash of the Castle is just another friggin' PLE.
No, I feel you with that, but I feel like you're half right. I feel like Nia, there's been no real mention of anything.
Yeah.
Gunther, on the other hand, I feel like they've really been playing up the fact that, well, it doesn't matter who wins between Seth and Priest, because I'm whooping your ass at SummerSlam because I'm the number 1 contender. I feel like with Gunther, it's been played up.
Right.
But with Nia, it hasn't. And I wonder if that's being done on purpose to try to make people think that Nia can't do it.
I still don't think
by making people forget that she's even contender. I'm telling you right now, and we'll get a little. Here's a little tidbit. We'll get more in depth in this tomorrow. But with Tiffany Stratton basically using Nia Jax right now, I 100% think Tiffany gets the briefcase, and whether she does it at SummerSlam or down the road, she's taken that title from Nia as soon as she doesn't expect it.
I got a different take on that.
Could you just imagine how much more fired Nia is going to be if she beats Bayley only to get that title taken from her by Tiffany?
Oh my God!
Well, as long as Nia Jax is a long-term champion,
you're going to get like She-Hulk Nia.
The only thing is,
Smash.
I want Tiffany.
Johnson.
I want Tiffany to not follow the script of all the other people cashing in the same night. I want her to hold it for a while and tease it, and then do it at a big time. Because we know Carmella held it for a long time, and she's basically the only one that really held it. I think it's time for someone else to really hold it, or maybe for the first time, a woman cashes it in at WrestleMania and takes a big moment away from somebody like Priest and Seth did before. So maybe it's time for a woman to do that.
I'm just going to say this, though, for the record, as a tease towards what I'm going to say when I dissertate on the women's Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank's about creating opportunity. It's about somebody winning a championship, at least expect it, as you think they deserve it, a first time ever, possible moment that leads them to a bigger rise, even if you think they don't necessarily can do something with it. I have my thoughts about Damian Priest. He's already proved me wrong. But again, I look at Tiffany Stratton, I look at Chelsea Green. I look at both as future champions for different reasons for a first time ever in WWE. And I look at both doing it a different way. And neither of them involve Nia in my way. But they both involve Bayley. And I'm just going to leave it at that.
I'll tell you what, with Gunther, though, much like Samoa Joe, when he says something, damn it, I believe him.
Like I believe in Joe Hendry. And again, Joe Hendry right now is my first ballot pick at Slammiversary, and I can't wait to cover that. Do you believe? And sorry, I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. And King needs to quit being a freaking disbeliever. I'm going to freaking kick him off the impromptus in the ATW. You hearing me, bruv? Start believing.
Well, apparently you recently converted Josh Mansfield.
What?
Yeah, he posted in the No DQ chat today that he now believes in Joe Hendry.
He's actually in my better graces now. Good on him. I keep that chat muted for 250 different reasons.
For real.
Anyway, that being said, guys, been a fun coverage tonight.
Let's take a moment, try to run through these shills. I've been trying to stall a little bit because Jeff was going to pop in here at the end for the shills, but his mom just arrived with groceries, so he may or may not be able to get in here.
Yeah, I helped my mom.
Like I said, I was trying to stall. We'll see what happens, but make sure you guys tune in tomorrow.
Oh, boy.
Noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern. Simply predicting for Money in the Bank.
What gaggle of fools am I going to moderate tomorrow outside you, the Dominguez, Walter, and possibly Christopher Rods? God help me.
Possibly Jeff, too.
Oh, no, Lord.
So definitely
Bring
going to be
it!
looking forward to that tomorrow as we give our thoughts and opinions on what could be happening just a few hours later in Canada, as we get ready for the Money in the Bank watch along, which will be kicking off at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific,
It's gonna be fun.
hosted by the legendary Hall of Famer Trish Stratus herself.
I knew they were gonna bring that Canadian into this for some reason. You had to.
Hey, I mean, I'm never opposed to getting more Trish on my TV. Thank you, Trish.
All right, I'll agree with that. For now, continue.
And then immediately following Money in the Bank, of course, it'll be the Saturday night shenanigans that are open mic night.
With a new intro, apparently. Good lord.
Yes. It hasn't been altered that much.
Okay.
It's still pretty much everything that you're used to. The one clip has been removed.
Right.
And I think there's maybe 2 new clips in there other than that one. So it's like, whatever. It's not a huge deal. Don't be scared, Noah. Don't be scared.
As long as my favorite part is still in there with the pop and you know what.
That is still there for now. Yeah.
Yes,
Once we do the full revamp, we'll probably pull that out because that was her only appearance on the show. And,
yeah,
I feel like it's false advertising for her to be on the intro and she's only been on the show once.
Well,
Cleaver's been on open mic night more than she has. So leaving his clip in makes sense.
Yeah, and she was on a season. And again, we wish nothing but the kindest of well wishes to Jesse, our Super Buckeye friend and fan in the wrestling universe, and whatever she's facing, whatever she's enjoying.
And then Sunday, it will not be me, but it'll be the other 2 men on this stream, Mr. Reliable and Noah Foster, calling the action for my NXT Heat Wave again. Coverage kicking off at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I might be able to be there for part of the pre-show, but won't be there for the main call, obviously. As long as my boys come true and raise some championship gold again, I will be happy.
I want this one, and I want my mommy to both just hold new gold.
I gotta hold the integrity as play-by-play and all that shit if that happens. Lord, give me.
Damn right.
The things I do for friends and the role I keep up with here for the Multiverse of Media sometimes.
And then, of course, next Wednesday, the finals of the Owen Hart tournament. Willow Nightingale versus Mariah May.
Yes.
Bryan Danielson versus the winner of Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page.
Oh, boy.
It better be Switchblade.
You've got a Stampede Street fight with Jericho and Samoa Joe. That's going to be a classic.
Gonna be a car wreck. You kidding me? Gonna be a car wreck.
I see hockey jerseys, hockey pucks, and hockey sticks in that match.
Oh my.
And then a week from tonight, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern, we will be covering Combat Clash from Prestige Wrestling.
Yes.
As it is presented on YouTube, 100% free. So feel free to follow them, subscribe, watch the event along with our commentary. It should be a fun evening. And then here you go, Walter. It is Meachamized. It is official.
Oh, you got it. The weekend before All In at Wembley Stadium.
And that's the weekend that we were going to do the beach party karaoke, so we just may not have Walter here for that event.
Well, no,
it's the weekend going into my birthday. That's why we were going to do it that weekend.
It's live from Australia, so it might be early during the day because of the time
that's
difference.
true.
Yeah,
that's true because the time differential.
Yeah.
So it may be like a 10 a.m. thing that you're doing.
And I'm suffering like you because I'm in the West Coast. Oh no, wait, I'll be in the East Coast the 17th.
Yeah, you'll be fine either way.
Yeah.
Just set your alarm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, so we should have Walter back, and then all of this stuff
Across the multiverse.
is stuff that we are covering across the multiverse. You know, WWE and NXT, AEW and Ring of Honor, GCW, Josh Barnett's Bloodsport, Mission Pro Wrestling, TNA, New Japan, Prestige, UFC, Pro Sports, Major League Baseball, the NHL, the NBA, the NFL, thanks largely in part to Statboy Sports Bar and his watch-alongs of the major games.
Yep.
The multiverse of media is just that, a incredible extended multiverse of coverage.
And it keeps
where it is
expanding.
no longer just all the wrestling, it's all the sports, period.
I have to add that caveat from now on, and all the sports, period. I'll have to add that caveat from now on. And again, like I said, with these crossovers,
because at the end of the day, wrestling started as a sport.
I agree. I officially call it a sport, especially since now it's recognized as that across the business. Fuck those two previous words to Hades. I can't wait for Hades 2 as a video gamer. That being said, again, with these crossovers, we might be adding Stardom, Marigold, and Noah once the Blue Moon. I'd love to call Noah New Year's ahead of Wrestle Kingdom next year. Let's fucking do it. And the historic crossover later this year, if Stardom and NJPW give me a card like they did the first time, I'm all for calling that shit.
Absolutely. You know, what? As far as the Japanese content, any show that you are willing to stay up and call, we are willing to cover and carry.
There you go.
You know, it's just got to fit in with your work schedule because, as you always say, priorities over passion. So we don't want you to be groggy and tired and sleepy during a work day because you sacrificed yourself to do an event for us.
Would be the first time.
But as long Noah, come on.
I know.
But as long as it fits within your schedule, we'll cover it because, damn it, it's pro wrestling.
Damn it.
And Noah, you know I'm
And
always
so many of those people have been starting to cross over to the stateside that there's no reason not to cover it. What were you saying, Walter? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on you.
No, I was saying that, and he knows I'm willing to suffer right along with him. No matter
Exactly.
The only time I suffer calling Japanese pro wrestling and somehow I got sick during it out of just sheer circumstance is when House of Torture's on my screen. That was the one time I didn't call a freaking match. And I still called Wrestle Kingdom half-ass sick the rest of the way.
Both of us really don't know what sleep is, so I'm willing to always cover the Japanese.
I'm learning more often than not because now I wake up like at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. What the fuck's wrong with me? So I'm definitely learning. If I'm not sleeping, I'm napping throughout the day. So there you go. I mean, hell, I was napping with the fact that it was at 10 o'clock, not 7 o'clock. Damn it. I was freaking napping up to like 8 o'clock at night just because. Again, I don't have Fox. I don't watch SmackDown. I watch highlights.
Yep. Well, as soon as we get off the air, I'm going to start SmackDown back and see what happens because gotta get that viewed ahead of tomorrow's watch along.
There's a reason why I look at WWE highlights during the go home week for all three shows, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT ahead of our watch alongs, JJ and Jeff. I
saw SmackDown, but no spoilers.
Good man.
Say his name and he has appeared.
Avatar
Man is here.
It was 113 degrees today.
What the fuck?
Yeah. No.
It still says that it's 103 right now on my computer, Noah.
Mine says 105. Yep. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm at 103 as well, Jay. No.
It is
outlaw
8:30 at night and it is 103 degrees.
Okay.
Mother Nature can get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
To all my friends in Nevada and Florida, you can have this shit back. Thank you. Fuck all y'all.
We're doing better than Jamaica though. That poor Jamaica.
Oh yeah, they're doing a hurricane, so that's a whole different.
No, for real. I spoke with friends at Disney in Florida, and I'm like, it's 100 and something here. It's like, oh, we're just your average July day waiting for hurricane. I'm like, oh, that's valid. So this weather sucks. Anyway, as does having COVID during this weather, because it's either stay inside and make your air conditioner die of overuse, or walk outside and literally fuse to the ground. It's a beautiful choice.
Well, we just went through all the shills as you popped in here, so we were literally just about to plug where people can find us and get out of here. But it's good of you to be here.
Well, I do try.
It was a solid show this evening. Little nice, easy 4-match card. We did make the executive decision, which now will run by the board of directors since he's here.
Yeah.
If James is willing, Walter and James call Collision tomorrow while Noah and I are doing Money in the Bank. That way we can cover the Jay White, Adam Page, Owen Hart match and find out who's going to be going against Bryan Danielson on Wednesday. Walter's down. We just got to get James's approval, because that means James, number one, has to cover AEW television.
Yes.
Number two, has to do commentary on a show where Adam Page has a match, and they're going to talk to Jack Perry.
Yeah. Good luck with getting his okay for that. If for whatever reason he doesn't, I will, for now, tentatively agree that Avatar Man, or if I get the power to work, Jeff Meacham will be on commentary for AEW as well. How about that?
There we go.
Hey, great backup.
So if James is unwilling, then we'll have the dynamic duo of Mr. Reliable and Avatar Man.
Avatar Reliable Avatar.
That's a lot of talking.
Reliable Avatar. Sounds like something Disney should procure. Anyway, immediately looking at you, Bob. Yeah, I'm. And that's me saying that now with a little bit of energy in me, because I just brought groceries in and actually stepped outside and realized I don't want to be outside anymore.
There you go.
So there you go. Well, I'm starting SmackDown now because Hulu allowed me for a tape delay. So, or a tape delay. Listen to me. How old am I? So I'm going to watch SmackDown. But everybody enjoy their Friday night. Stay inside. I don't care what part of the world you're in. Stay inside. The sun's taking over. The end is nigh. Stay inside.
I'm literally burnt.
Yeah.
Walter comes to California. He's here less than a week and he's sunburned.
Seriously. Welcome to the party, pal.
He's like, damn, I wish I was back in Connecticut.
First time I've ever go out there to California. Good grief.
Seriously. So it's funny. I know we're wrapping up. I popped into Francine's live stream very quickly earlier while she was talking. I forget what they were talking about long term, but I asked her, I got to go prep for my show. This is before I decided to have you produce, Jay. Like, when you come to the West Coast, she says, I'm going to be in Vegas WrestleCon in April. I said, all right, then we'll be there. So WrestleCon, it looks like WrestleCon's coming to Vegas too for WrestleMania weekend. So one more friggin' thing we got to worry about saving before. What's that?
I'm not surprised at all.
No, I'm not surprised either. I wish it was StarCast and not WrestleCon based on what I've heard about organizational skills, but it is what it is. Anyway,
as long as it's not as bad as the Frisco fiasco, I think we'll all be good.
I don't know. I heard some really bad things about WrestleCon when WrestleMania was here in LA a year and a half ago. So we'll see. But anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed our coverage of the hell show was this? Rampage. That was the one. Beach Break. We'll be providing collision coverage tomorrow. Not actual collision coverage. I'll be getting in a car accident and calling my dumb ass. I ain't got no money to insure your dumb fuck. So AEW collision coverage tomorrow.
There you go.
As well as Money in the Bank, and then we'll have open mic night, and we'll do all the stupid things and dumb things on the internet. So Jay, what was his name? James. That's his name. Sorry, fever ridden.
It's okay. If you've enjoyed our coverage this evening, we are the Jeff Meacham Network Multiverse of Media.
That's right.
If you have not enjoyed our coverage, we are Dave Meltzer, Brian Alvarez, and the rest of the crew.
Oh, please. Which one does that make me? Because I'm the guy that speaks the most.
That would make you the innocent bystander in the war that is Dave Meltzer's brain against everybody else's logic.
Okay, good. So I'm still me. I'm still the simple man. Good to know.
You are still safe, yes. You are safe, you're reliable as Walter, and you are MVP, and we love you for it, and we'll see all you crazy fucks tomorrow.
Yes, go ahead and take us out of here, Noah.
Again, folks, favorite to the AEW Rampage. We got a busy month ahead. But as I always wish to encourage you, there are no winners, there are no losers, there are no betters. Just fans of opinions with this passion we all share. At the end of the day, folks, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, and apparently your bodies. Treasure your families, just your life, and enjoy professional wrestling. And we'll see you come tomorrow ahead of Money in the Bank. Have a good night.
Take it easy, everybody.
SPF 100, people. SPF 100.
The Jeff Meacham Network's Multiverse of Media. For over 15 years, the recognized symbol of excellence and the standard bearer in coverage of sports and entertainment.